is joining us with Dominion Energy. David, what's the latest on the hurricane, and what are you doing, and what should we be doing?
Yes, indeed. Well, thanks for having me on, Chris. We're continuing to monitor the forecast. As you know, this thing's been evolving for the last several days. We are prepared for the absolute worst, hoping for the best. We've been on conference calls for the last few days with our sister utilities across the country, part of the mutual aid process, where utilities may not expect to get hit very hard, will share their resources with us here in Virginia, and certainly other states are looking for help too, particularly South Carolina and North Carolina.
But you guys, before we came on live, you were telling us that even though the forecast has gotten a little bit better, that y'all aren't changing anything that you're doing to prepare for this. Tell us what you are doing.
Well, what we're doing is getting outside assistance in to the state. So we have to procure and secure agreements from other utilities to send in their personnel. That requires getting staging areas across the Commonwealth where we can park a whole bunch of bucket trucks at one time. It also involves making hotel room reservations for lots and lots of people, getting catering operations set up in those areas where the trucks are going to be staged. They'll be deployed out into areas that are the hardest hit. And of course, one of the big concerns that we've got is down trees and flooding in the lower coastal areas where we know that we're going to have power outages. It's going to take time to get into those areas that are flooded. So that's why folks need to evacuate if they've been asked to do so, seek higher ground, seek shelter, get that home preparedness kit ready. Things like non-perishable food, bottled water, batteries, flashlights, extra pet food for your dogs, and cash out of the ATM in case, heaven forbid, ATMs lose power. All those sorts of things that Virginia should be well versed in at this point.
And not to take this lightly at all. I think people, they think the forecast is going to get better. Oh, they're not going to get hurt. It's not going to be that bad. But that's not what they should be doing right now. They should be following every precaution as if it was going to make landfall right straight away, right?
I think that's the safe approach. That's always the best thing to do. And I know it seems counterintuitive because if you look out the window right now, at least here in Richmond, Virginia, it's a beautiful sunny day, and you would never know that looming out there off the Atlantic coast is a monster Category 4 storm. But it's always best to be prepared because once it makes landfall and the winds pick up and the rains come with the saturated ground that we've already got, trees can topple, fall into power lines, and then, we're out for a period of days. So
worst case scenario, power outages happen. What should the citizens do in residential areas? What should they be doing?
Well, certainly if they do lose power, the first thing is to report your outage to us as soon as you can. You can call us at 1-866-DOM-HELP. That's 1-866-DOM-HELP. You can sign up on our website of dominionenergy.com to get text alerts from the company about updates. You can also report your outage on your mobile device. If you go to dominionenergy.com on your iPhone, it's not an app, but it's a mobile-friendly website, so you can report your outage on there. And you can also look up how many customers are without power in a city or a county across the state where you may have loved ones, and you want to know what the impact is in another jurisdiction.
And you're recommending people do that. That will help you solve the problems?
Yeah, don't assume that the power company knows that your lights are out. We don't know. If we get numerous calls about outages in a given subdivision from the same zip code, then we're going to know because we've got bucket trucks putting eyes on poles and wires, and we can clearly see that the house across the street is out too. But we are dependent upon customers reporting their outage to know specifically what phone number is associated with what circuit, to know specifically whether or not you're out. That's why getting the Grid Transformation and Security Act passed so that we can get smart meters on everybody's homes. That way, when there's a power outage that occurs, we'll know at the company without you having to report it. But right now, it's up to you to report it and let us know so we can get there as quickly and safely as possible.
Okay, so right now at Dominion Energy, it's still all hands on deck, getting more resources, bucket trucks lined up from other states to come in. making every precaution like they should be doing and have been doing all along. Nothing has changed in your opinion, in your mind, in what your company is doing. Is that fair?
That's fair to say. Absolutely. We're staying the course, preparing for the worst, hoping for the best. We have in-house meteorologists, a couple of Penn State grads that are down on the 11th floor of this building right now, monitoring weather data and models to see if that forecast is going to change, because what that allows us to do is deploy these out-of-state crews at areas where we think the impact's going to be the worst. And right
so you have your own in-house meteorologists.
We do. We do.
Wow.
They're the best in the business, and they're basically doing around the clock what the meteorologists are doing at our TV stations and our media partners are doing around the clock as well.
Do they have differences of opinion on how this storm is shifting or not? Or are they just monitoring it and going, yeah, well, it could be, and it could also change?
Well, meteorology is a little science. It's a little subjective. You got to take a lot of things into consideration. You're only as good as the models and the data indicate, but weather forecasts, as we all know, have been known to change. You think it's going to happen here and it happens there. We've just got to be prepared for all contingencies. So
right.
Our guys are looking at all the data so that we can be best prepared regardless of what the outcome is.
Okay, top 3 things people should be doing out there are what?
Home prep kit. Make sure it's fully stocked with all the necessities like batteries, non-perishable food, extra bottled water, things of that nature. Number 2, if you have a prescription that you are relying on medically, get those prescriptions filled in advance so you've got them on hand. Don't wait
right.
until you're on the last couple of pills to get to CVS. Go ahead and stock up on that now, and then write the phone number down to report your outage to us, 1-866-DOM-HELP. So if you lose power, call us. We'll get there as soon as we can to get the lights on.
Okay, we'll put that up on this broadcast here and on our Facebook page as we share it around. You all do the same with your people, and we'll wish you the best. If we need to get an update from you, Dave, we'll do it again tomorrow. But best of luck to you and Dominion, and help keep the lights on and the air conditioning flowing. That's what this family needs.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
See you, buddy.